Okay, I don't know. Let's just sit down and just talk, whatever, but yeah. So, hello everyone. Before I guess, get started on my tangents or whatever, just want to say that, I'm just making this kind of like not necessarily a vlog or whatever, but more like just a chronicle, just how I'm feeling about this whole thing. And yes, to share my thoughts about it, but I'm not making this with the intention of like sensationalizing what's going on or to glamorize what's going on, because this isn't something to like make light of or whatever, or make a product out of. No. So while this is, yes, it's kind of a short film, kind of a documentary, I'm not making this with the intention to like not to like, again, desensitize or trivialize what's been going on, because no, that's not my intention. I'm not making this to be like, oh yeah, give me attention and whatever, and nothing that happened is important, it's all whatever. No, just making this to get my thoughts across and get my feelings across, because yeah, it's just kind of fucked up to be experiencing all this, because it's different when well, no, it's not really that different. It's just, it's foreboding when you see shit like this on the news and it's taking place somewhere else, like far away in a city or something. But like when it happens somewhere where you're going to school, that's fucked. And when you go and see the college sign with all the bouquets of flowers on it, it's just like, it's so real. It's real. It's not something that's like edited by the news to showcase certain things. It's like you can go there and see this thing and it's tangible and real. And that's sort of what all this is. But yeah. I don't really have any plans on how I'm going to talk about different things, but I guess I'll just add on that my name is Garrett Heckensteller. For those of you who don't know me or may come across this somehow, not familiar with my channel, yeah, just that's me. I'm Garrett Heckensteller. I'm a student at University of Idaho, and just like to make this to get my thoughts on it, on what's going on, and just not really explain, because I don't have any answers for who did it or why they did it. I don't have any answers like that. I just want to make this to just document how I'm feeling and thinking about all this stuff, and just, yeah. It's weird because like I don't remember anything the day that it was announced, or the night that it happened, rather. I was sleeping, and I like to sleep in on the weekends a lot. So I pretty much woke up at around the time that the incident was initially reported. And I didn't know anything about this until I heard it through a group chat for an organization I'm in. I'm part of the Black Student Union here at UI, and that's how I first heard about it. I won't name names, but I heard about it through the group chat, and I was like looking at it, and it was just like, well, it was shocking to see that it's like, oh, 4 people were found dead, and people were just telling each other to stay safe and whatnot, and I was just like astonished that this was happening. And then I don't remember much else after that other than the week sort of went by after that, because I think it was, I don't have my phone with me or a calendar with me. It was the week before the fall recess, whenever Thanksgiving break. And the week sort of just flew by. But the only things I can remember off the top of my head was just how completely empty campus felt. Any class I went to had like half the people attending and whatnot. Either half or like 2/3 or 1/3 of class was there, if that makes sense. And it just felt so empty and different. And with like winter rolling around, I remember a few days where it just felt like I was in Silent Hill or something. It was foggy and gray, and it had like this dream quality to it, where it was just foggy and gray. It was kind of snowing, and it was just empty and whatnot. And just those foggy days. And then, of course, with winter coming around, nighttime comes earlier. So I have like 2 evening classes that get out at 4:45. One of them was kind of canceled, not because of this incident, but because like we did a final for it, so no point in coming to class. But then my other evening class, I didn't really think much of anything regarding the homicides until I got out of class and saw how dark it was. And at the time of recording this, I'm going to do something, I'll probably throw it in here somewhere, where I just show my route from my car to where I go to class and vice versa, and how dark it is. Preferably after they catch whoever did this. But going back to that day, it was just like, this was different than any other night I had gotten out of class, because it's like, oh my god, it's dark, and I'm gonna just bum rush back to my fucking car, because I'm not taking any chances, because it's just like so ominous. Because I kind of, I guess I'll just show it, but like just kind of walking from that building up the stairs, it's kind of just like, once you get past that stepway or stairway or whatever, on the right, it's just completely like, it's like a own little forest and whatnot. And the side that I parked on, I walked on, didn't really have any sidewalk on it, and it was just really freaky, being like, oh, there's nothing but wood, or nothing but the woods, and it's dark, and kind of looking both sides and whatnot, because on one side you have the woods, and then on the other side you have like the golf course. And it was just a really eerie feeling. And I have a kind of car that can like remote start, so I just push the remote or the car key button, and it like will remote start. And it was, I know how easy it is to say this, but it genuinely felt like a horror movie, where I'm like trying to get my fucking car to remote start, and it's not. So by the time I get into my car, I'm like looking all around me, wondering what the fuck, if there's anybody there, Because on top of that, where I park, there's like a fence, and like over that fence, it's not like a flat thing or anything. It just drops down. So it's like I don't even know, because I tend to have an overactive imagination, especially in times where it's literally just high anxiety. So I'm just like, I have to get the fuck out of here, or something or someone is gonna drag me into those woods and I'm never gonna be found again. Got my car, got the fuck out, and yeah, that's all I remember about that first week. And then I guess this is a good way to segue into, I guess, when like the news was everywhere around it. Because by now, this is something that's not just like, oh, it's just secluded to this one town in Idaho. No, it's fucking international. So I do remember that about that week too, of just like photographers and reporters going everywhere and whatnot. And the weirdest thing too was like, I saw more photographers and reporters milling around campus before I saw like campus security cars driving around campus. I mean, sure, the UI was like, oh, here's some drop-in counseling and all this stuff, and here's a phone a friend thing where you can have someone walk you to your car. But I just remember how weird it was that I was like seeing reporters and people with cameras running around and shit before I saw like police cars patrolling around campus. And I guess that kind of weirdly, in a sense, correlates with, because I feel like other people feel the same way about this, where how confusing it is how the police are handling this, or how the state is handling this. Because it was kind of just like, oh, here we are reporting what happened. 4 people are dead at this time. Here's their names. But, and this is still going on, it's sort of like this weird fucked up back and forth between there is no present threat to the community because this was a targeted attack, to, okay, this is a present threat, and professors be prepared to like go online and shit. So it's just kind of messed up. And I think I remember initially when I saw that, where I saw was like, there's no present threat to the community. I'm like, if there's a fucking guy out there with a knife, I'd say that there is a present threat. And then it was just kind of weird seeing the campus being like, oh, stay vigilant. And it's just like, well, no shit. What? That's like, I don't understand that, where it's like, there's no present threat to the community, but stay vigilant. You might as well just say, yeah, there's a fucking threat out there. Be careful. And it was extremely fucked up when I heard that there was like something about a skinned dog near the Moscow police department or something like that, like a skinned police dog. And then they were like, oh, it's not connected to the murders. I'm just like, again, it's like a fucking horror movie. And I just, although this, at the same time, it's kind of unfortunate, because in some horror movies, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. It's not like Twin Peaks or some show where it's like the detectives get down on it, they find super easy, obvious clues, and then they find the killer, and then it's done. The day is saved, whatever. Like, it happens within a few days after the crime's committed. It's been 3 fucking weeks. It's almost been a month since this shit has happened, and nobody knows anything. So that's also fucked up. I kind of wish it was like that, where it was just easy to be like, oh, here's some obvious clues. We found the person through some weird convenience, some weird dramatic irony. In the end, everything's fine. But no, the person is still out there. There's a lot of people speculating on like, oh, it's a stalker. Oh, it was an incel or something like that. But it just sucks that there's no like concrete thing. Like, you can't just Google, like right now as I'm recording this, you can't just Google Moscow, Idaho murders, who did it, and then it shows you who did it, like a picture and their name. No, it's right now, it's like, oh, no one knows. But there's no present threat to the community. And it's just, I remember reading something like the day before yesterday, I think, Monday night, or no, Wednesday night, before I went to bed, I like just looked it up because I kind of have a habit of just checking every night for updates. And the last update I saw was just like something regarding, oh, police recall statement about how there's no present threat to the community. And I'm just like, oh, that's what I want to read in the middle of the night. It's just like, it sucks because this isn't a black and white thing of like, they did this and we're gonna get him or whatever. No, it's so scary because there's so many unknowns. We don't know the motive. All we know is that this person stabbed 4 people and they're gone and we can't track them down. But I do remember reading some stuff about how one of the victim's fathers was just like, I believe that the police, not only can the police help find this person, but that the community can too, especially the college community. And like everyone's reporting, if you see something, say something. And yeah, I'll be honest, I made a report myself. I won't go into too much detail, but I just, on one hand, I hope I'm wrong, but on the other hand, I hope I'm right. So this person is put away, but I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, because if I am right, it would just be fucking horrifying. But I made a report, and it's just so fucked up because I don't want to. It sucks when you're making a report and like the only evidence you have is word of mouth and also the stuff that you saw. It's not like I can provide any physical evidence that says like, hey, this person might be this a suspect. No, it's just re-elaborating on my experiences with this person, and it's just, I don't know. I wish I had concrete evidence that could help out with this case, but I don't. But I will continue to be like, if I see something, I'ma say something, because that's fucked up. And on top of that, I will fucking do what I have to defend myself. I've kind of already been vigilant about that, where it's like I'm attending my evening classes online, and it used to be on the weekends I would just order Domino's so I'd have food for the weekend, and I would have like Domino's leftovers for lunch, and then walk out, because I can walk to a few fast food joints for dinner. But now I'm switching that up, so I'm just like, oh, like I just had Taco Bell today, and I'm not gonna walk down to the fast food joints in the middle of the night, because it's so weird. It's so weird because I'm like, oh hell yeah, I love horror stuff. I love the night and blah blah blah. And now I'm like, I'm not going out unless I have to, because even driving back here, because my hometown is about 10 hours away from where I'm going to college. Even driving back, and when it got dark before I got back to my apartment, it was like super eerie, and it was just, again, overactive imagination, because I remember as I was coming back into Washington, Google Maps decided to take me on some weird back roads that I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna like fucking, something bad's gonna happen. My tire is gonna pop or some shit, and I'm gonna be stuck in the middle of cornfield country in the dead of night, and something's gonna happen. So that was fucked up, and it's just, I just hope that, I don't know, I keep hoping that, again, I'll hear some good news through something like the group chat or people on campus, just some good news that it's like, excuse me, we found the suspect, we found this, we found that, or whatever, so that it's, people can have closure that it's like the person or the people behind this are behind bars and they're gonna get what they. I hope they get what they deserve. This better not turn into some bullshit where it's like, oh, we found the suspect and they were like upper class, so we're just gonna give them a swat on the wrist or some shit. That better not happen, because if that does, a lot of people are gonna be upset. Not just those, not just like the families of the victims, friends of the victims. Everyone's gonna be upset. So if they catch this person, there better not be any bullshit biases, because it's like, this isn't really my opinion specifically, but it's like people are already kind of having doubts about the police and the FBI in general as it is. So they better not do something to like fuck this up where it's like, yeah, this person murdered 4 people, but we're gonna reduce their sentence because of some bullshit thing because they have money. I don't know. I'm weird about this because it's just like, it's one of those things where I relate this to like movies or TV shows. And I'm just like, oh well, a solution would be this, but I'm like, this is reality. This is really fucking happening. There's an actual fucking serial killer out there on the loose. Nobody knows. And the other thing too, it's like, there's so many fucking, sorry. The number of unknowns there are about this increases the number of probabilities and possibilities. We don't know if it's one person who did this or multiple. We don't know if this was just like a stalker who just like followed this group home one night randomly, or they've been planning this for months. People are comparing it to Ted Bundy and shit like that, and it's just, all I hope is that they catch the person who did this, they catch the people who did this, they give them the punishment they deserve, and I like to hope that not only will they find this person, but that the killer will make a mistake. That they will make a mistake that will just fuck them up so bad that it'll get their ass arrested like that. Because that tends to be the case of what happens. One little fuck up and your shit goes downhill and they finally get your ass. But yeah, I don't know. It's so weird going to a college right now where there's just this big ass murder case that's like making international news. The fucking FBI is here working on it, and it's only been a few weeks and there's still nothing. Because the other thing that's horrifying to think about is like, this happened the week before a holiday break happened. So who's to fucking say that it's like, oh, they planned this so that everyone could get away early, because people did start leaving early because of this. The college was just like, yeah, go home to your families early. Feel free to do that. So like, this could have very well been part of the plan, where it's like, I'm gonna do this, and everyone's gonna be in a panic and want to go home, and then I'll be able to slip away with that crowd. And yeah, I remember like having Thanksgiving. We had a family friend over, and he was like, well, he's probably down in Mexico or something by now. And it's fucked to think about that. It's just like, not only could they not be here anymore, but they could be anywhere else and they escaped and they got away with it or some shit. I don't know. I hope that's not the case. I honestly hope it's the case of like, they fuck up, they do something stupid that'll get them exposed and caught. And yeah, I don't consider myself to be a violent person, but I will do what I have to defend myself if I can. Because I would rather be prepared with something than be underprepared, and then that's how I die. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But basically, like, I will do anything I can to defend myself. And just, yeah. I don't understand how they can say there's no present threat to the community because this was a targeted attack. But then people compare it to other serial killers who are like, excuse me, other serial killers who are like, well, I can do this, so I'm just going to get more people. Like, that's also a possibility. If someone's trying to hurt me, then I will not hesitate to hurt them more so I can survive. Another creepy thing is that it's like, and I feel like other students can relate to this too, but I didn't know any of the victims. I didn't know any of them at all. It was like the first time I've heard about them at all. But even with that, I still feel like something big has been lost because they've been killed. That it's like 4 lights basically vanished from the sky because of this, and it's very noticeable. So it's like, even if I didn't know them, didn't know their names, didn't know what they were going to school for, I do hope that they will be avenged somehow, and that the person or persons that took their lives is caught and punished to the fullest extent of the law. Because everybody deserves closure, especially the families, especially their friends. Everybody deserves closure to know what happened, why it happened, and how it happened. This better not be some... I'm hoping this doesn't turn into something where it's like, oh, we caught the killer, everything's fine, and then like 10 years later a Netflix documentary comes out to reveal a bunch of other shit that even surprises everybody else. Like, I'm hoping it's not that. I don't know. And again, I don't know. Nobody really knows. And hopefully when this is all over, we will know. We will have answers. People will have answers. The families will have closure and justice. And this won't be a thing of just like, oh, we found the person, so we don't need to worry about this anymore. Nothing else. Nope. God, I really hope it's not that. I guess just... I don't know what else to really talk about or bring up other than it's going to be a pretty melancholy holiday season. Because I'll be honest, I'm so emotionally and mentally drained from all the shit that's going on that it's like I'm not even thinking about college right now. I'm not even thinking about what to get my family for Christmas or what to get my friends for Christmas. I'm just drained and exhausted and tired, and I just want to go back home and hopefully come back, or like sometime over the holiday break I get an email or something that's like, we found the person who did it. They're in jail, everything's fine, spring semester is going to be okay, blah blah blah. That's what I'm hoping for, but I don't know. I don't really have any high or low expectations. other than just catch the fucking person who did it. Catch the people who did it. And punish them to the fullest extent. No strings attached, no bias, no bullshit. Just, you took the lives of 4 people. Here's what you're going to get for that. So, I don't know. It's been difficult to just motivate myself to work on school stuff and anything else, really. And I think other people feel the same. So I just hope that, I don't know. It feels like the professors have been understanding about what's been going on. But I hope that in the case that some people aren't able to, like, finish the semester strong or whatever, that they'll let it slide. Because I don't know. For me, at least, it's so difficult to find motivation to work on my school stuff. I just want to live in the present moment and not do a damn thing. But I don't know. I hope I just go home for the whole month of December or whatever. And by the time I get back to start the spring semester, they caught the fucker, punished, and hopefully, because I think that once they catch the person, and I'm not talking about, we have a suspect who may have done it. No, like the actual person who did it, then it will be easier for the community to kind of heal and recover. Because right now, I don't think because I keep getting emails from the school about, like, we will heal together from this. We will heal. We will get through this. And it's just like, I think people are going to still be in defense mode until the unknowns become known. I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh, everything's fine now. No, people are still going to be in defense mode if there's no fucking killer caught. I know I'm not going to be. I'm not going to go to my evening classes until I know that there's not someone out there with a knife trying to fucking kill people. I ain't going to fucking evening classes. I'm not going to be able to heal and recover from this. I get what they're trying to do, but at the same time, it's just so annoying and frustrating when it's like, we haven't caught the person yet, and here's all these mixed signals of, like, there's no present threat, there is a threat, no present threat, there is a threat, no threat, threat, no threat, threat, no threat, threat. And it's just like, just catch the person or the people that were responsible for this and fucking punish them. Then we can talk about healing and recovering. But for now, I'm not going to evening classes, and I will fucking defend myself if I have to. I will not go out at night unless I have to. I'm not going to do it. Because, like, even if I live in an apartment in a town that's kind of 10 minutes away from Moscow. And even my apartment landlords are just like, be safe, we're aware of what's going on, don't approach anybody that's acting weird, lock your doors, lock everything. Like, I've got my shit locked up. And I got everything locked up. And I'm not gonna loosen up on that at all. It just sucks. And again, it's just so bitter. Not bittersweet, just bitter. Being like, finishing the semester around a time that's supposed to be like, oh, everyone has to be happy and feel joy and whatever, and blah, 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 Christmas. when it's like, yeah, but we still haven't found the person who stabbed 4 people. Like, again, not thinking about what to get my family and friends for Christmas. Thinking about hopefully they catch this person, because it sucks. It sucks kind of entering the holiday season knowing that you were in a place where 4 people had their lives stolen from them, and that it's devastated families, friends, and a whole goddamn, not just a college, but like literally the whole fucking town. And it's like, how can you like expect to be like, oh, I'm gonna be so happy and jolly on the fucking holidays when this shit happens? I don't know. Well, I don't really know what else to talk about other than I hope everyone manages to stay safe and do what they can for their mental and emotional health during this time. And I really hope that this can be resolved in a fair and just way, and that the confusing mixed signals stop, and then it just ends. Like, I hope that this nightmare just ends and people are able to wake up one day and know that the person responsible for this shit is gonna be locked up for the rest of their life or whatever. Because right now, that's not how it is. At least not for me. Because I do get intrusive thoughts of just like, even if I have my door locked, what if someone busts in? Even though I live on the 3rd floor of an apartment, what if someone busts in through the door? Or even getting to my car. Those intrusive thoughts, they're not gonna really stop until whoever did this is dealt with officially and professionally. So, yeah. Again, not making this to sensationalize everything or give answers or be like, here's what happened and here's who did this and why, but just a chronicle of what I've been going through and how it's affected me, and hopefully other people can relate or find comfort in knowing that they're not alone in feeling or thinking some of these things, but I don't know. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Yeah. It's not really a correct way to end this. But to those of you who are part of the UI community, and whichever, stay safe. Your health and safety is more important than your fucking classes. Do what you can to defend yourself. Do not hesitate to report anything, even if you feel like it's a stretch, because even when I was reporting, even I was like, this feels like a stretch, but I did it anyway, just in case. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm not gonna not do that, just in case. So, stay safe. If you've got friends or whatever, talk to them, check up on how they're doing. If you've got family, tell them that you love them and that you're safe. Tell anyone that you care about that you're safe. And like, don't bottle this shit in. Go to those drop-in counseling sessions. Do it. Because this is affecting everyone that's going to college here. Even if they don't think it is, it is. So, yeah. my name is Garrett Hugginstaller. Thanks again for watching my little feature / documentary or whatever about this stuff, and hopefully by the time I finish this, that some good news has come about, and that, yeah, just some good news has come, and hopefully that's the case. But yeah, see ya.